All right, everyone, this is Shepard back again with a little bit of math, this time with the switch axe. Hell of a time doing all this testing. Some of it is just going to have to be extrapolated. So one of the big things with the amp state in Switch X now, different from the previous games, is axe attacks can now get empowered by files. So you'll see that when I'm doing my damage calculations, we're going to have two lines sometimes when we're comparing DPS, and that'll be just normal, and then there will also be in amp state. So there will be some situations where you might have a combo that hits slightly more often, and in situations like that, amp state will kind of benefit that combo a little bit more than attacks that would otherwise hit slower, but harder. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with just the axe mode. The most basic combo possible if you only had one button. The X button. This is the X combo. Just repeating overhead, side chop, and then upward chop. There might be some uses here. Monsters flying, trying to reach something really high up. It's not the worst basic damage combo in the game, not by a long shot, but it is the worst basic damage combo that the Switch Axe has. So suffice it to say, it's not something that you will probably use that often unless you're completely out of energy and you just want to get one very quick non-committal hit off. Other than that, we've pretty much got better choices across the board. Especially if you've got a little bit of energy. So if you're just to do extended combos here, so this was something that always really interested me is the power axe, power chop combo worth using? Well, no, it's still relatively on the lower end. The damage actually does jump up quite a bit, of course, as you would imagine in amp state. But as a normal attack, it's only slightly better than our normal X combo. You'll see when we get into amp state that damage is almost increased by 50%, almost exactly on Rathian, but it's not really the sort of thing that you'd be using that often. Of course, power axe mode does give us the ability to charge up our sword a little bit faster. So if you transform immediately after doing power axe, you get this cool little transformation attack at the very end. This will increase your damage overall, and then it puts you in sword mode, which is pretty much where you want to be, assuming that you have plenty of time to continue to combo the monster. So this will also give you the ability to charge up your sword a little bit faster. There's this weird little combo that you can do here. Out of double chops, you transform, you do a double swing, you transform again, and then do another double sword hit, and then transform again. You get another double swing. It's kind of like a mix between sword and axe in terms of, you're not going to be using as much energy as you would be if you were purely in sword mode. Likewise, you're getting, some of the harder hits and quite a number of hits in terms of being able to swing your stuff around. That being said, it's a little clunky. I guess not the clunkiest thing, but it is there. I did test it. We have double sword loop. So this is just using your normal sword attack, doing A to get a double hit in, and then X. It makes sense that this is a little bit more powerful in my mind. It should be, because you have to use your energy. Like, it doesn't upset me that Switch Axe is better when you're using things like, sword mode. It does upset me when you feel like you need to stay in sword mode the entire time. And you will see there are some axe combos that will even beat this, as odd as that sounds. But this isn't bad. This is a very low committal attack, and especially if you want to do zero sum, you have like every other hit is something that gets zero sum done very quickly. So this is actually a very powerful, primarily axe combo, which is just transforming into the sword at the end of your axe transformation. Now, as you can see, even in this demonstration that I recorded, good luck. If you can wedge yourself into a monster's armpit, you could get a pretty good amount of damage off on it. But you'll see, just by the virtue of how the motion moves you, you're probably going to have a hard time consistently hitting your target unless it's just like the biggest hit zone in the world. So very powerful, but difficult to use. Okay, and this is the sword bonus loop. I don't really know what else to call it. Basically, you hit X 3 times and then A to initiate your double swing, and it gives you a little bonus hit. That bonus hit can actually go pretty far in terms of really being able to help you out. This ends up being the highest damage that you could possibly do between both normal attacks and actually in amp state. You're hitting over 50 DPS, which is really high. I mean, that's close to some wire bug arts for other weapons, which is really interesting. Okay, here's double to the actual zero-sum discharge. This is actually latching onto the monster's head. Now, take the damage per second measurement here with a little bit of a grain of salt. The assumption is that you're latching on to a monster at the very end of a combo, and it's either about to start attacking you or start running away. The main thing you should take away from this is don't spam this attack. This should not be how you initiate any sort of amp state. You should be using your amp state for other various combos that you can do, of which many are above 40 DPS. And then you will do a double hit to then get the zero sum to be able to stay on a monster and continue to do damage when you would otherwise normally not be able to do it. Okay, and then amazingly enough, just our normal elemental discharge here, it's actually amazing damage now. It takes up a lot of sharpness, takes up a whole hell of a lot of energy. But the damage is really, really good. It's the sort of thing where if the monster's going to be spinning around, that final burst there, that damage will do the same amount of damage no matter where you hit on the monster. Not only that, it gives you a really good chunk of energy in terms of getting you towards amp state. So it's really something worth considering. Okay, Invincible Gambit. This is a great attack. You take reduced damage while you were performing it. You're also immune to roars and other such things like that. Not something you're going to be using regularly for damage, but again, kind of like our zero-sum discharge, you're using it when you would otherwise not be able to deal damage anyways because a monster would be attacking you or roaring or something else like that. And in that regard, it's actually pretty good. Okay. So there is our Switch Axe math DPS comparison. Surprised? Shocked? Curious to know, wow, I can't believe that happened. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what weapons you're looking forward to next. The chorus of Lance is growing ever larger. So if Lance is what you want to see next, let me know. Otherwise, let me know what other weapons you want to see. If you enjoy this content, please check me out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/sdshepherd. Likewise, like, comment, subscribe all over this video. It really does help. Otherwise, until next time, this is Shepherd saying good luck and have a good hunt.